Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Ogle, and this is I think this is the second of the What's My Story shows, where we get a chance to find out a little bit more about what's under the covers of people, not just about what they do today. That's covered by our L4G soundbite videos. But this is about people. It's about finding out a little bit more about individuals and what makes them tick. So today I'm joined by Peter Daykin. Come and say hello, Peter.
Hello there, everybody.
How are you doing? Where are you joining us from today, Peter?
A little village in Cambridgeshire called Isleham.
Well, I don't think I've been there.
10 miles from Ely.
Right, okay. So, Peter, I know a little bit about you. We've met a couple of times, but there's a whole swathe of people in Link for Growth who don't live around where you are and consequently are unlikely to get to meet you. So tell us a little bit about your early days, Peter. Tell us a little bit about the journey from perhaps where you grew up and what schools you went to, etc., so that people can kind of get a flavour for what the background is.
Okay, well, I was born in Yorkshire, although I qualified to play cricket for Yorkshire. My skills don't extend to that. But I think my most formative days were probably in secondary schools. I went to the grammar school in Keighley, which is in Yorkshire. And from there, I moved sort of mid-term over to King's School in Pontefract. The move really because my dad was in local government and he moved for his work. And I have to say that I really enjoyed my adolescent years, and I had a keen interest in gardening, and I started working in a bank, and that was okay, but it certainly wasn't for me. And for various reasons, I left the bank and went into work at the local parks department, and from there went on and did qualifications at Askham Bryan College in North, and got an OND in horticulture. That really paved my way for taking up a post back with the local authority, and I eventually moved to a fantastic project, the International Garden Festival in Liverpool, and that gave me a lot of contacts in the horticultural world at business owner level and across Europe. On the back of that, I formed my own business, and that was very successful until the crash came in 1989, and that made me do sort of a re-evaluation, and by that time we'd moved down to East Anglia, and not wishing to disturb my family anymore, I switched and became a financial advisor, and did that for just over 20 years. And I guess the reason that took me into that was that I realized that I had the ability to explain fairly complex issues in a way that the average man in the street could understand, and in effect take away a lot of the mystique that was behind financial products, and for people to understand them. And while I was doing that, I became specialised as a long-term care advisor, and so that gave me a fair bit of understanding as to what people were going through when they became a little bit too old to look after themselves, and so things were more important to them. And when I left that job back in 2013, I did a short-term with a merchant services company. But now I'm back, if you like, as an advisor again, and really helping people. And I guess that's what makes me tick. I like to help people to achieve their objectives, yes, but to help them make the right choices. And one of the frustrations I have is that people don't know enough about what their choices are when they get too old to look after themselves. And some don't want to be a strain on the family, but at the same time they feel vulnerable, and it's a great sense of achievement for me to be able to go in and help people actually get what's right for them, and just see the relief on their faces as they realise that, yeah, there is something at the end, and that really gives me a buzz.
What was behind the move down to East Anglia from Yorkshire? Because I've got a customer in Skipton, and it's a lovely part of the world. So what made you come down to the flats?
Well, when I was working at the Garden Festival, as I say, I got to know quite a lot of people, and I knew the chief executive of a company that was based in East Anglia. So when I had to close down my own business, he got in touch with me and he said, "Would you be interested in heading up one of our nurseries?" And basically that's what brought me down to East Anglia, and that went well for a while. But even that, the writing was on the wall basically. But that's why I made the switch into financial advice. But that move down to East Anglia was brought about by the change of location.
So, did you're married? Are you? And have you got children?
Yeah, I'm married. I've got 2 children and 6 boys as grandchildren.
Whereabouts are they based? Are they close to you? Or?
Well, my daughter, she lives just down the road at Bury St Edmunds, but our son is married to a German girl, and they live in Hamburg.
All right, so plenty of holiday trips to Hamburg then.
Well, actually, they've only just left us, having been here with us for a best part of a fortnight. So that was great to catch up with them and spend time with them.
Fabulous. And what do you like doing in your spare time? What's the what?
I'm an active church member at our local church, which is a very sort of lively and charismatic church. We're actually in the process of building our own new building, and that's probably going to be one of the biggest green oak buildings in the UK. And so that takes a lot of time. I have an allotment, and I enjoy growing vegetables for our own consumption. And well, now again, I'm going to give a few away to my friends and that, and just spending time with the family, really.
You should talk to Nikki, because there's a real sustainability, buy local, grow your own vegetables, eat healthy sort of movement within Link for Growth. And there's all sorts of people, and we've got some TV shows coming up where people can join in and talk about what they're doing and stuff like that. So watch out for that, because you can get involved in that as well. Now you're on Hangouts.
Yeah, I must admit I've had a few conversations with Nikki and that, and I wouldn't say that I'm the world's best, but I enjoy what I do.
Fabulous. No, I mean that it's not about being the best gardener. It's about growing your own vegetables and just having a go, because the more people that do that, the less reliant we are on money and stuff, which is another story. But excellent. Well, is there anything else? Is there anything that you'd like to say that people don't know about you, but you'd like to share it? Just something.
I don't know. You probably ought to ask my wife about that.
I probably ought not to ask your wife, actually.
No, I think I'm fairly pragmatic about things, and yeah, I've got a few years behind me, but life is there for living, and I do enjoy a challenge, and that will probably stay with me for quite a few years as well, I hope.
We hope so too. So thanks ever so much for sharing a little bit about your journey, Peter. We'll wrap it up here, but more, I know you now into care in the home and helping elderly people in their latter years. So perhaps talk to Asif, Raymond and Nikki about having a L4G soundbite in due course, which is an opportunity for you to sort of share why you're passionate about that. Similar thing to this, but more aligned to what you do for a living, as opposed to your life story, as it were. So, okay.
Okie dokie.
Well, thanks ever so much for joining us, and it's been interesting to hear a little bit more about you. And this will go up on the Cambridgeshire YouTube channel. I've put it on as unlisted at the moment, but I will share it later, and then that will go on to the national TV station, so people around the country can watch it and find out a little bit more about you.
Thanks very much indeed.
All right, so
take care.
Yeah, take care now. Cheerio for now.
Bye.
Bye.